What is happening, sports fans? It's your main man, Matt, from the DFS 5-pack. I am rocking it solo. It is Saturday, December 11th. Hopefully, hopefully everyone had a great Friday, is having a great start to their weekend. We got 6 NBA games to talk about. If you didn't see my videos yesterday, it's probably going to be one of the only times I don't wear a hat. So if you're interested in seeing that, go check those out. But for those that probably most of you are not, we got 6 NBA games today to talk about. Before I talk about the NBA, I'm going to shout out our promoters real quick, Jazz Sports. So everyone who's been watching the videos probably knows by now, but anyone new, if you sign up for Jazz Sports, you get a no-risk wager up to $1,000 back on your first bet. That's $1K back if your first wager is graded a loss. I've bet and wagered across a ton of different sites and bookies throughout my lifetime, and rare you get an offer like that. So I suggest and encourage everyone to take a look at that. And then as far as Loose Lines goes, they're an affiliate of Jazz Sports. They offer really good lines and odds, reduced juice, and a ton of other perks. You also get an additional 50% there when you deposit. So really good specials they got going on. Like I said, the links will be in the description section of the video. We got some promo codes that'll be in there. I'd appreciate it if you guys checked it out. All right, let's move into some NBA. We got 6 games. This is going to be one video for both the public and the members because it's a short slate. It's Saturday. I got shit to do. My wife is on my ass, so let's get it. Starting with the first game, Utah and Washington. So the Wizards are not a team I'm looking at really at all here. I think KCP is a fine filler. He actually might be my favorite piece just because of that price tag. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, sorry about that. KCP's 4,200, averaging value at this price point. Sure. But everyone else and even him from Washington is priced how they should be. And I'm just not really going to get to anyone from the Wizards here. As far as the Utah Jazz go, they're a little bit more in play for me. Not a team I'm loving here, but I've talked about Mitchell a bunch recently. He finally came back down to earth in a blowout because he lost run, but he's been really good lately. Rudy Gobert's been good. He's clearly got upside at this price on any given day. Probably not where I want to prioritize. The guy I'm looking at, and I used him last slate, he wasn't good. I've talked about him a bunch, is Royce O'Neal. So, again, he lost a little bit of run because of the blowout, 4,400. I will say, though, I don't think he's that much of a better play than, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And there's other really good value on this slate. So I'm not looking to spend up in this game, but the value pieces are certainly in play. All right, we get to Sacramento and Cleveland, starting with the Cavs. Cavs played last night and rolled in Minnesota. I'm a big fan of this Cavs team. They're healthy-ish. Obviously, Sexton's out. So it's kind of like yesterday. None of these guys are going to be like stone cold locks for me, but I can get on board with marking it at 5.5. Garland, in the 7K range. He's 7.8 now, sorry. Jared Allen at 83. I mean, I've talked about Jared Allen a ton. This guy is just Mr. Consistent. I think he should make the All-Star team. I'm a fan. Evan Mobley, 6,700. I'm a fan. All these Cleveland guys are in play. None of them are like, oh, you have to lock them in here. And then I don't mind Ricky Rubio either. So, again, bunch of Cleveland's in play. Damn, Kevin Love was a monster last night in a revenge game in Minnesota. That's good to see. And we got Tristan Thompson coming back to Cleveland tonight with no Rashawn Holmes, and we'll switch right over to Sacramento. So as far as the Kings go, tough loss for them last night. De'Aaron Fox was really good, though. I liked him. 48 spot in Charlotte. Much worse spot here, but he's still affordable. Halliburton's price went down, and he's playing really good ball. So Halliburton looks like one of the better plays on the slate. Terrence Davis continues to look like one of the better plays on the slate. I mean, his price is down for what? I mean, guy continues to just crush value at this price point, and I see no reason why we wouldn't just lock him in at 3,700. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, I'm back with you. The perils of making these solo vids. Sometimes I have to multitask a little bit. So Terrence Davis looks like a stone cold lock in all formats. I would say that Harry Barnes was not good last night, obviously, but he's right back in play. Buddy Hield was finally good last night. He took some of Harrison Barnes's minutes. So Halliburton and Davis look like two of the strongest plays on the slate for sure. Then you also got guys like, I talked about Fox and Davion Mitchell at 3,200. Alex Len started and played 13 minutes. Not very encouraging. Tristan Thompson played 21 minutes. He's played 21 in back-to-back games. He'd be my guy here. Going back to Cleveland. Yeah, I could get on board with Tristan Thompson here at 3,500. Just isn't going to take that much for him to get there. So, again, no one on this team. I take that back. Terrence Davis is a lock. I think Halliburton is right up there in all formats, and then Thompson sneaky in tournaments. All right, Houston and Memphis. So, man, Memphis. Dylan Brooks out, along with John Morant. Brandon Clark still out. So they've got bodies is the thing. It's not like they don't have guys to play, but they're in a good spot against Houston. Desmond Bane, rock solid. DeAnthony Melton at 5,100. He looks like a guy you plug in right with Terrence Davis, and we'll get to some others in the next game here. Jaren Jackson at 75. I mean, this game, if it's competitive, should have a ton of points. Steven Adams, played 30 minutes, but no thanks. Tillman played 18. The entire Memphis team is in play. Melton's probably my favorite. Tyus Jones right there. Desmond Bane also right there. Something. Oh, the one guy I got to go back to Sacramento that I played last night that I think's fallen on a little bit under the radar. Marvin Bagley. No Holmes. Played 27 minutes, put up 34 DK points. I like the trend. I like him trending up right now. So Bagley's a guy I'm definitely interested in at that price point. So Memphis, again, we had this game the other day. I think like John Conker is fine. Put up 25 DK points and 3 steals. Bunch of guys in play from the Grizzlies, but they do still have bodies. That's the only thing I'd say. Now, as far as Houston goes, KPJ is questionable. He's obviously a big one. If he plays, takes away guys like Armani Brooks, who's right back in play if KPJ's out. Christian Wood's more in play if KPJ's out. But if KPJ plays, I think Houston's a better team. He's a little bit pricey for me. Brooks looks like a really strong play if he's out. A ton of good value on this slate, so just note that. And we'll have to do a little bit of a wait and see on Houston. All righty. Next up, we got a game with a ton in play. So Chicago at Miami. The line on this game is it's like a pick 'em. 1 point. Miami's favored by 1. You've got Jimmy Butler out. Obviously, Bam is out. Kyle Lowry at 7,700. Great play in all formats. Tyler Hero, I like, but more in tournaments. He only played 28 minutes. He didn't start. He came off the bench. I think the guy that we just lock in right with Terrence Davis is Caleb Martin, not Cody Martin. Been playing a lot of these guys recently, but Caleb Martin at 3,500 starting. No Butler, no Bam. Duncan Robinson at 3,500. I hate playing him, but now at this price point, he's got to be in play. Miami's in play all over. PJ Tucker dropped 40 last time out. Jesus. 15, 7, and 8 for PJ Tucker. 2 steals to boot. Don't expect that, but at 3,100, you could do worse. Dedmon seems to be losing runs, so he's the guy I'm not really interested in. Everyone else is in play. The Bulls, similar situation here. So no DeRozan, no Derek Jones Jr., no Caruso's questionable. I kind of feel like he doesn't play. Kobe White's out. They signed, what's his name? Stanley Johnson. Obviously, Patrick Williams is still out. Javonte Green is out. Troy Brown at 3,100 is getting a little bit of love. Played 27 minutes. Now, saw some run and blowout time there. So that's worth noting. AU's price is up to 4,500, and he was awful last game. So I'm not looking to spend 45 on him. I think the big guns are in play. Lonzo continues to play good ball, 40+ in 3 straight. Zach LaVine's price is down a little bit. He's in play. Vooch should absolutely eat inside tonight. All the Chicago big money guys are in play for me, but none of them are guys I'm like, I have to play at all. Especially when we get to the next game, which is very appealing. So Golden State at Philly. I like Philly in this game. Joel Embiid, very lackluster last time out. They got rolled by Utah. I think Philly bounces back here. I don't usually like centers against Golden State because they can often play small, but it's Joel freaking Embiid. I mean, his last game against them, he dropped 60. He's got 2 60s in his past 3 against them. Get up spot against Golden State. I like Embiid a lot here. Probably my preferred stud of choice, even over Jokic. We'll get there in a second. Tobias Harris at 8K. Now, Golden State's so good at D. I'm not going out of my way for these secondary Philly pieces at all. And as far as Golden State goes, Steph, sure. I mean, he hasn't been great in a few games now. I'd rather play Embiid, but if you compare them together, do your thing. After that, there's no one from Golden State I'm overly interested in. I think I almost said Golden Poole. Jordan Poole is fine. He's playing good ball. His price down a little bit. Draymond, 7,100. I like him in bigger games like this, in primetime games against teams like Philly. So I don't mind him. Ultimately, though, Embiid's my only priority from this game. All righty. Last but not least, we've got Denver and San Antonio. Just saw this game. These teams played 2 days ago. In San Antonio, the Spurs got the dub. Derek White was phenomenal. He's been really good. I think he's right back in play as a strong look at 6,500. Points per dollar, he's been better than Dejounte Murray lately. So I have no arguments with anyone who just wants to go by that. Murray is close to 10K. And I mentioned I like Embiid more. I don't like going to these games where the teams just played. I feel like these games oftentimes play out a little bit slower. So Keldon Johnson's not probable. So with him and Vassell in, takes me off of like those guys and Lonnie Walker and basically any of them. Keita Bates-Diop, who was good last game. Pirtle, 6,600. His price is finally up there. I don't think I'm going to use anyone from San Antonio here. Derek White would be my favorite play, like for sure, just at that price. And then as far as Denver goes, my boy Aaron Gordon was good last time out of nowhere. Finally put up close to a 40 spot. Not overly interested in him here. Jokic is the GOAT. Triple doubles in 3 straight. If you want to prioritize him, do your thing. I like Embiid more, though. So I probably, as of right now, don't use much from this game. That's just how I see it. Other spots I like a lot more. Yeah. I was confused. I see these Clippers popping up like on some projections I'm looking at, but they're not on the slate. They play at 2 p.m. today. So that's why. And I'm no longer confused. All righty, let's do a little bit of building. Just real quick. So I told you I love Embiid. Throw in Embiid. Throw in my boy Royce, the 5'9", Royce the 5'9". Throw in KCP because he needs some cheap pieces. Actually, I forgot about all the Miami guys. Throw Caleb Martin. Throw in. I like KCP. I know that's stupid, but hold on. Oh, Terrence Davis. TD. So if I'm making a core like right now, Bagley. Said I like Tristan Thompson too. I mean, this is where, like, if I'm making a lineup like this, it does look like I like forward a lot more than guard today. I don't know. I probably would use Curry in a lineup like this. You could go Curry and Fox. I mean, I don't like using 4 Kings against Cleveland, but they're a little bit shorthanded. I don't hate it either. Let's say I didn't use Curry, though, and I went with Deontay Murray. It's like Levine. I like Curry and Fox more. So if I'm making one lineup right now, that's where I'm going to go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you want more content, more videos, any of that stuff, go check out the DFS 5-pack. Go check out the Jazz Sports and Loose Lines promo links in the description section of the video. For those of you who don't know, Ryan and I are about to come on and make NFL members only. So if you want to check that out, go sign up to become a member. For everyone who already is a member, that will be dropping in a few hours now. So I appreciate it as always. Hopefully everyone has a great Saturday. Let's crush some NBA. And if you have any questions, I am around. Holler at me. Thanks again, guys.